and MySAM are the most popular engines. Like either
Mm-hmm.
you'll be using InnoDB or MySAM in your server, right?
Right.
Definitely. So when you're installing your MySQL, they are by default enabled for you. Your InnoDB and your key cache and buffer cache are by default enabled, and they have some values. Okay,
Okay.
so when you have those type of caches, your MySQL says that why should I have this MySQL query cache again, especially again one more cache. So suppose I'm using an InnoDB engine tables, your InnoDB buffer cache will take care of your InnoDB tables. Okay, and
Both engine
if
has
I'm
their
using
own
the
cache.
they have their own cache. Okay,
Okay.
so why should I have this MySQL query cache? So MySQL query cache mostly it will be used for other types of engines.
Okay.
Okay, so any other type of engine, if you are using other than your InnoDB and buffer cache, you can have your output in your MySQL query cache.
But
Okay, so but other
what
type
if
of
we
engines,
you run in Arab from InnoDB cache memory? Would they use this query cache?
sorry, I didn't get your question.
What I'm saying, when you run in our memory on InnoDB cache, okay, would they
Run out of
go?
memory use for InnoDB, you don't have
Yeah,
sufficient space for InnoDB. No, it doesn't happen there. You're giving around 70 to 80% of your memory for InnoDB there. If
right.
something happens in such also, you have to go and increase your InnoDB parameter value only.
Okay, but it will
Something
not
such
come in
kind
here
of
use this query
you
cache.
cannot use your MySQL query cache. So
Okay,
in
that's
what
what I'm.
situations we can use it? I'm saying you. So generally, like InnoDB has its own special cache, MySAM has its own special cache. So they will be using that only. So why this MySQL query cache will be used? It will be used only for other type of engines only. Okay,
Okay,
maybe your archive engine or CSV engine, they are using their output unused. But how frequently you are going to use that kind of engines? Very rare. There
very
is
right.
only
So
a 0.1% of chance that you are going and
1 or
using those
2%,
other
right?
type of engines, right? Very less chances there. Okay, so if suppose if you are having those kind of engines, also maybe you have created those engines and you have those engine tables also. How frequently you go and access those type of engine tables again? How frequently you'll be accessing? Suppose if
Right.
you have those tables also, very less, you will just go and
Less
access these
frequently.
tables. So you don't require any table output to be kept in your cache. Directly, if a query is coming in, directly it will go and do the physical IO, read from the disk and take the output, and it will be given back to the user. So no need of having any cache, separate cache, which will be holding the output there, right? But if you feel there, no, I have special type of cache there, like yes, I am having more amount of tables as merge engine tables. Okay, so I have a MySQL server in which, okay, I'm using my SAM engine, but I'm having a lot of merge engine tables there. Okay, or I'm having more amount of CSV engine tables, and I really want, and we really need to have a separate MySQL cache available there. You can go and enable this parameter.
Okay. So right now it's
Okay,
not
so
unable.
by default, this
Yeah,
right
by
now the
default.
parameter is not enabled.
Okay.
It is zero
The-
or no something value will be there. I'll show you. So MySQL
Okay.
query cache
Yes.
is
Okay. Understood.
show where it is like
My
this entire query cache is query cache this entire. Okay. So you can see there query cache type is what it is turned off.
turned off. Okay.
So by default it is turned off. So you need to enable it. If you enable it, what happens? Your query cache size will be this much of size it will be utilizing. So this size is around 1 MB. If it is utilizing also
Yes.
10 MB, sorry,
One
not
meg.
1 MB, so 10 MB. Yeah, 10
10 MB.
MB.
Okay.
10 MB. Around the 10
Very
MB
less.
size will be allocated. Very less size. Very less
Right.
size. If you want, you can increase this size also. If you have other engine tables, more amount of other engine tables, if you have having in your server, and if you feel that no, I just want, and these are frequently accessed tables also, then go and enable this query cache type on. You need to do, and then you can increase your query cases size also. You can increase some default size it has given, but this size is not utilized unless and until you turn on this parameter.
So I mean, you have to first check what engines are being used on a table before
Used.
you even come here.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
So what kind
Okay.
of the engines you are using in your MySQL server, and even if you have other engine tables, are they frequently accessed tables again?
Right.
Okay, so all these things you have to make a note of this, and then you can just go and enable this parameter value, this parameter, and enable this query cache.
Yeah. No, because
Okay,
the reason I'm
otherwise,
saying is
like if you're
because the application guy comes, oh, my query is running slow. So you will first check your table, see where they are running, what engines they are in before you, right?
yes. So yes, you're right. Every time anything, like if you are your performance issues, or when you're taking backups also, like backups also tomorrow, if you see for InnoDB different type of backup, for MySam again different type of backup, like that. For other
Mm.
engines different type of backup. So it is
Okay.
like MySQL is divided into three sections, you can say, like one is InnoDB, MySam, and other engines, like that.
Other
So
will be all
you
the
have to,
rest.
yeah, other engines are your in addition to other than your InnoDB and MySam. So you need to decide like which kind of engine tables you are using and what we have to use there. So generally, as I told you, like in most of the environments, we'll have only one type of engine. We don't have combination engines. We don't work with combination engines in a server generally.
Right.
Okay, even if you have a combination engine, that will be like one or two tables only you'll be having, and other engines only. Like mostly if I have InnoDB as a default engine, I'll have all the tables as InnoDB only.
All right.
Very rarely, like even if I have other engine tables, like they'll be very less, like one or two tables will be there. Like maybe I have a special archive engine table, special CSV table, but they are not huge, like one or two tables will be there, that's all. Okay, so these are the my types of caches in MySQL. Then next is your type of buffer logs in MySQL. We'll see that in your next class. So we'll
Okay.
stop it over here for today.
Yeah.
Okay, so anytime when you're shutting down your server, please stop your server, because MySQL has a uh, tendency to go and crash if you just simply go and shut down your close your machine here directly. Okay,
Oh, okay.
so again, if
Really?
your
Okay.
MySQL server is crashed, then it will be a problem. Again, you need to go and reinstall it. So always stop your MySQL server, then just go and shut down your power off your machine there.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. That
So
for
we'll stop
information.
it over here. Yeah, so we'll stop it over here for today. We'll join tomorrow at same time. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so last class we have seen certain types of caches in MySQL, like InnoDB buffer cache or MySQL key cache. We have seen and MySQL query cache, MySam key cache, and MySQL query cache we have seen. Today we'll be seeing logs in MySQL. Okay, so this is also very important here, because you should be knowing what are the different types of logs available in MySQL.
Right.
Okay, so logs in MySQL. So the first type of log file is the error log file. Error log file. So error log file is the basically the log file that is created at the time of installation itself. Okay, so when your MySQL software gets installed, at that time only a special type of log file is created where all your installation errors are recorded. Okay, so installation errors and the startup and shutdown issues of your server are recorded in your error log file. The startup and shutdown issues of your server. Okay, so I'm just saying startup and shutdown issues of your server. Then what happens to your queries issues? Like suppose if you have given a query, is that query information also recorded? No. Your error log file is a kind of alert log file. of your Oracle database, you are having an alert log file. It is same like your alert log file only, but in this error log file, only your server issues will be recorded. Like if your server is hanging, your server has any shutdown issue or any startup issue, or if your server is going for a maintenance, only these issues are recorded. But whatever the queries that you're writing, okay,
Mm-hmm.
if you have inserted certain records, okay, your queries had some issues, your table got dropped, something kind of these kind of issues will not be recorded in your error log file. Okay, so got it, only the server issues will be recorded in your error log file. So let's see where exactly my error log file is present. So let me start my MySQL server. It is started now. Where exactly your location, where live
Log
MySQL.
list, MySQL.
Okay, so in this location all my files are present. So when I just installed my MySQL on this, you have got this error log file, that is mysql.kts.com.err. Based on your host name, we have got some ERR file. Okay, so you can just open this file. So you can see when exactly my MySQL have been installed. So it was installed on 30th May. Okay,
Okay.
so some 30th May something my MySQL was installed. So you can see from that time of your installation, whatever the things we have done, only related to your server, the startup and shutdown, normal shutdown of your server has happened there. Then later on, shutting down all your INODB plugins and all.
Okay.
The next day when we have started like that, your startup of your server has been happened. So like this completely startup and shutdown, shift to G if I go, this indicates the last, like today is what date, like 3rd June, like what happened today. Okay, so your USR has been MySQL, it is ready for connections. So it got completely opened and it is ready for taking the new connections there. Okay, and you can see your socket varlib MySQL SQL.sock, a socket file. Socket file is also a connection file which is ready, and on which port number, 3306, because this is the default network port number, right?
Correct.
So it is already it is started and it is ready for taking the connection. This is the last thing we have got. So any kind of issue I'm facing, my server, I'm just trying to start, but it is not starting. Maybe your socket file is lost, your socket file is not available. So all these issues you can actually see in this error log file. Okay, so everything from the time when your MySQL got installed till now, everything is recorded here in this error log file. So if you are having any issue, you can just go and check in this error log file.
How
Okay,
about like a table corruption or something? It will be
no,
recorded in there.
no, nothing. Only the server issues. That's all. The
Only
startup
SQL
and
server
shutdown
level.
issue
MySQL
and
server level.
issues. Yeah, MySQL server issue. Only those issues are recorded. For all the table issues, for all the database issues, you will be having a separate log file. A different log file is there. I'll show you that.
Okay.
Okay. So error log file, I have just seen it from here, but
Right.
you can actually check it, the information from your MySQL server also. There is a parameter from where you can actually check
Okay.
connected. Show variables like percentile, log percentile entity.
Right.
Okay, so log
Error
underscore
log.
error. This was a parameter where exactly your error log file will be
It
located.
should.
Log underscore error. So you can just note down this one. Okay, so error log file basically equal to your log underscore error. log_ref, where we have varlib MySQL, mysql.kts.com. This is my host name .err file. Okay, so only the server issues are recorded in your error log file. Now next thing is general query log file. General query log file. So this log file will be holding all your queries related issues. Okay, so all whenever your queries related means what, your table related, any kind of insert, delete, update, any kind of queries you are giving in your MySQL server, all those queries related information will be recorded in your general query log file. Okay, so this general query log file is not enabled by default. Okay, so in MySQL, everything general query log file, it is not recording only when an issue is coming. It is going to record all the things, like whatever the changes you are doing in your MySQL server, whatever the query you are giving in your MySQL server, everything gets recorded in your general query log file. So just imagine if my MySQL server is running for about a month or two, then you can just imagine how big your general query log file will become. Every command, every query, you're creating a table, you're inserting the data, if you're selecting the information, that is also recorded in your general query log file. Okay, so it's not recommended to keep this log file enabled always. By default, this log file is disabled only. So why it is not recommended? Because if you just enable this log file, everything is recorded, like even the select statements are also recorded there. I don't want that to happen. So then when can we just go and enable this log file? So whenever we have certain kind of maintenance problems, or suppose you really wanted to keep a track, you want to audit, like you want to go and audit your database, and you really wanted to know where exactly your performance issues are coming and all these things, then only you just go and enable this log file and try to monitor this log file. Okay, so that's why whenever we have what you call any issues are there, like we don't try to, generally when you install your new server, the general log file will be disabled only. So when you have a requirement, just enable it, just see the logs information, and once your requirement is done, you just need to go and disable this general query log file.
So is this parameter dynamic, or we have to restart MySQL?
We'll see that. I'll show you it is dynamic or not. How to know the parameter is dynamic or not? You don't have any table in which shows that it's a dynamic parameter or a static parameter. So right
Correct.
now you see there that your parameter is off. General log
Right.
file, if you see it is off. If your general query log file is turned on, if it is turned on, you can see it will go in varlib MySQL. Your file name will be created as mysql.log. If it is enabled. If it is
Okay.
enabled, this is a file name you will be getting. Okay,
Right.
so by default it is turned off. So let me just go and change this parameter value. Let me try to change it globally. Globally means what? Dynamically. Let me try to change. So dynamically, if you are changing the parameter, we'll give the command as set global.
Global is for any session.
Yes, and it is like dynamic globally.
Okay.
We are going to set global general underscore log equal to on. I'll just say. Okay, so this was a dynamic parameter, so it got set.
Okay.
Okay, so there is no need of restarting your server here. But any parameter, if I'm going to give this command like this, if it is not changing, which means it is a static parameter, then you can have a query like, I cannot go and sit down and check 450 parameters like that, right?
Right.
We have in MySQL, we have 450 parameters. So how can I know this is static or this is dynamic? Because always the recommendation is all your static parameters has to be set in the initial stage itself. Right. So whenever you just go and build up your database, create a new database, it is recommended that all your static parameters has to be set at the time only, so that a restart is not required simply for setting one parameter. A restart of server is not recommended. Right. So actually in MySQL documents, actually the MySQL corporation, now the Oracle one, they actually have given a document in which all your static parameters are available. Okay, so you just need to go and check all those static parameters, and the static parameters always they have to be set at the time of immediately after installation. Immediately after installation and after a new installation, you just need to go and set your static parameters, so that later on for setting one parameter you are not required to shut
Bound.
down, and downtime is not required for your server.
Sure.
Okay, but certain parameters maybe if you cannot do at the time of installation, later on also you can do if you want, and with that you can you need to shut down your server and then go and make the change in your MySQL configuration file and then restart the server. I'll show you that
Okay.
in a while, like when we are doing another type of log file that is not a static dynamic, we have to go and restart your server for other log file. Okay. So for general query log file, it is a dynamic parameter, so it got set. So you can see here, I'll just try to check it again, show variables like percentile log. So if you see here, general log, general log, it is now turned on. And when it turned on, your file will be actually there in MySQL log file. Okay,
Sure.
so now let me just try to do some changes here. Like I'll just try to connect to student database, and how many tables I'm having. Show tables will give you all the tables information. Let me just try to select the data here. Select star from color. Some color table I have selected. Then any change you do, either you are doing a select, insert, anything gets recorded here. Select star from table 1. Okay, so let me just go and check your general query log file. It is there in mysql.log. Okay, so vi mysql.log. So you can see this is your general log file, and you can see the queries and your every information is recorded here. So first of all, I have given the command like show variables percentile log. Then I have selected the database, connected to student database, show tables command I have given. So all your tables information it has given. Then I have selected from color table, from table 1 table.
Okay.
Like this, anything you are doing, everything gets recorded. It's like a general log. Okay, like you have redo logs in your Oracle.
Yep.
In what happens in your redo logs, everything, whatever you're doing in your server, whatever the query your server is getting, everything gets recorded in those log files. So same thing here also, general query log. Okay, so because your redo logs has a chance of copying into the archlog files and again getting it empty, and they were written, if we didn't had any problem here. But here general query log file, it is not like that. If you have just enabled your general query log file, it just grows in size only completely, because everything is getting recorded here. So you'll get very huge general query log file, so it is not recommended. So it is said that whenever you are going to make any major change, like suppose tomorrow I'm going to add a lot of tables to my database, and I just wanted to see how your database is reacting. Okay, will I get any issues there? So at that time, you can just go and enable your general query log file, do some changes in your database, and check the logs there. If you're having any issues with your query, that also gets recorded here. Not only the select and all, if you're having any errors with your queries got corrupted, your tables got corrupted, that issues are also recorded in your general query log file.
But what if your general query log is turned off? The table corruption will be not recorded then, right?
That if your general query is not enabled, it will not be written there.
Okay.
It will not be written there. So most of the environments, they try to keep it enabled only. But Oracle highly tells that don't try to enable. But most of the environments, they say they try to enable it, and they write down scripts such that every day this general query log file data gets dumped into some other file.
Okay.
Are you getting? Like
Yep.
every day we'll have a script written there that like maybe this MySQL.log. Okay, so whatever the
100.
data, like every day night at something 1 a.m. every day, whatever the general query data is there, that data will be transferred to some other file on some other disk.
Kind of like a backup log.
Like, yeah, kind of backups logs, so that if it is enabled also, it is not becoming a very big file then. It's not becoming very big file for us to handle. Every day the file gets emptied and it is copied into some other file there. So that kind of thing you
So
can do, so that everything you will be having a log of everything, like from the
sure.
startup of your server.
Right.
Okay, so right now I'm not going to enable it, because if I'm keeping it enabled, whatever I'm doing, everything gets recorded and my whole disk space will be finished, done. So again, I'll just make it off here, set global
General log
log equal to
equal
off.
off.
Okay, so my parameter is turned off now. So this is your general query log file. So general query log file, two parameters it had. One is general log equal to on or off.
Sure.
In general log file, we had this log file parameter where the location was varlib MySQL.
Yep.
MySQL is
MySQL
the
log.
alias name actually. MySQL is the alias name here. That's why your file name have got as MySQL.log. If my MySQL server name was alias name was like something ABC, I would get the file name as something abc.log, like that.
I see.
Okay, so that is my server host name, host alias name. My complete host name of my server is what? mysql.kts.com. This is my fully qualified host name. But
Right.
instead of using the whole host name, they have just used the server
My
itself. The file name is by default created. I have not created this file, so it has
no.
taken as the alias host name and it has generated the file name. If you feel that no, I don't want to keep this name, then you can set this parameter and you can keep your own name of your choice also.
And
Varlog
our own
MySQL,
folder
Varlog
too,
F5.
right?
Yes, you can just keep it in your own choice directory, and you can give your own name also. Choice
Okay.
of your name also for your general query. By setting
Got
this
it.
parameter, you can do. But
Okay.
generally, we try to keep it in the default location and some default file name that whatever your MySQL has created, we can keep it. But if it is possible to go and change the location and the file name also. Okay. Then the third type of file is the binary log file. This is really very important, binary log file. Okay. So
Okay.
binary log file records the, so general query, what it was doing, I have selected the statement, it recorded that I have selected, but how many records you
Right.
selected, it was not displaying that thing. Like my color table has some 4 records, my all table 1 has some 20 records, so that information was not given in general query. In general, information was given, like some select happened, some insert happened, like that. The general information will be given, but how many insert you have done, how many, when you selected the table, how many records got selected, so those information is not there in your general query log file again. So that information gets is available in your binary log file. Binary log file records the changes that you have made in your server.
Okay.
Like if you go into 100 inserts, that 100 inserts information is recorded. In general query log file, you'll get the message like if I have done 100 insert, I'll get the message like insert into table values. That's all. But how many times you have done that insert, how many records you have inserted, that information will not be there in your general query log file. General information, general query is simple, like your general information, but exactly how many records and exactly how many deletes, how many updates you have done, and the information also, that will be there in your binary log files. Okay,
Okay.
so your binary log files will see it is enabled or not. Again, you can just check it over here. For binary log files, we have a parameter log bin, log underscore
Log
bin. You
underscore
can
bin.
see that is also turned off by default.
Right.
By default, binary log file is also turned off whenever you have a requirement or whenever you just go and do a new installation. After that, if it is recommended, immediately you go and enable this parameter so that every change, everything gets recorded here in your binary log file. And not even if it is disabled, it is not even giving us the location also, log bin base name. Okay, the location also is not given here. So once I enable, you can see the location of your log bin also will be given to you, and the name
Mm.
of your binary log file also will be given. Okay,
Okay,
so
so
let
the
me just
location we have to provide it by default, it will give us.
no, by default it will, when you just go and enable, by default some file name it will be coming. But
Oh,
if you
I see.
feel that no, I don't want to give, I don't want to go with that location and file name, you can go and change the location.
Okay.
Okay, set global log underscore bin equal to on, I'll
Uh,
just say. Now you see what error you have got. Variable is a read-only variable, which means
ah,
it's a static variable. Okay, so this parameter cannot be changed when your server is running. Okay, you
got it.
have to make this parameter change only in your configuration file. Like
You have
this
to shut
error you
down.
get when you just see, yeah, when you try to change a static parameter. So like this, your MySQL every version has a different set of static parameters again. So based on your version also the static parameters are changing. So
Sure.
they'll give a document at the time of installation. You can check that document and try to set all these parameters at the time immediately after the installation. Set all these static parameters and just restart your server. That's all.
Okay.
Like every time for only one parameter is not required to go and restart your server. Okay,
Right.
but this is the first time we have seen. I need to go and set it in my configuration file only. So where is
Okay.
my
So this,
configuration file? In USR location. I need to
yes.
stop.
Now this error will be recorded in error log file or no?
Yes, in error log file it will be recorded.
Okay.
Definitely it will be recorded. It will be recorded. So service MySQL stop. Okay,
Yep.
and then just go to your configuration file.
USR
USR
MySQL
F.
config.
Okay, in this file you have this logbin parameter, but it is commented. Okay,
This,
so you
okay.
just go and remove this comment. That's all. If you can remove this comment, that is also enough. Like it's like removing the comment is basically like you are enabling this
Enable.
parameter.
Okay. You
Leaving
don't have
it
to say equal on or anything like that.
yeah, equal on or equal one. It's not
Oh,
required. Just here.
okay.
And this parameter will get enabled. That's all.
Okay.
So just comment the parameter, save your file.
Here
Just
we
put it
start the
down like
MySQL.
start my server, service MySQL start. Now connect. Okay, show variables like this dialog.
Underscore bin.
So you can
Yep.
see here log bin. Okay, now
And
you can see log bin, it is turned on. The
yep.
variable is turned on, and earlier no value was given for your base name and index kind of thing. Now we
Correct.
have gone log bin base name was what? Some location it is given, that is your default location, and again the host name hyphen bin.
Yep.
Based on my host name is MySQL hyphen bin, and log bin index. Some index file is also created for your binary log file. Okay,
Oh,
so that is given as your MySQL hyphen bin dot index.
okay.
Okay, special type of index file has been generated so that uh, actually a lot of reading also happens from your binary log files. Like whenever you're doing replication, that is
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to move my data from one server to another server. Replication means what? Duplication or cloning. At the
Cloning.
time also, basically whatever cloning or duplication means what? Whatever the data you are having in this server and whatever the changes you are making you're making, everything should be replicated to your target site, another server, right? So where
Right.
exactly these changes and everything are recorded, they are recorded in your binary log files.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's why from binary log files, the data has to be read and it has to be sent to your target site. So
I see.
there actually this index file will be more useful there, because we are going to read the data from this file. So when
Okay.
reading the data from this file, we require an index to have faster access to the data. Okay,
Okay.
so that's why generally we don't have any indexes for log files. Anywhere we
Correct.
have not seen indexes for log files. Indexes are just available for data files only. But here in these replication scenarios, actually your data is read from your log files only. Okay, and from there it is sent to your target site. So that's why an index is available here, logged in index there. Okay, some name also is given there. So this is my location where your binary log files are, binary log file information is recorded. But this is what a binary file, which means I cannot open and I cannot show you that these changes have been made and all, because it's
Right.
a
We
binary
cannot
file,
read it.
right? You cannot read it. But how can I verify that something has been written to your binary log file? I'll show you
Okay.
that.
Sure.
So first of all, we can give command also, like you can say show binary logs. You can give this command also. When I say show binary logs, you can see the first binary log file has been created for me here by name MySQL bin 0001. And what
Oh,
is the
okay.
file size of your
Right.
first binary log? Is 120 MB. The default size of your binary log file is 120 MB. Okay, this is completely new file, just now
Right.
created file, and I have not done anything with this file. Okay, now what we'll do, this is your size, just see the size 120 MB. Now what we'll do, we'll just connect to the database, show tables, something I have selected, and select star from table 1. Okay, some values are there. Let me try to insert something, insert into table 1 values. One record I'm inserting 20, and some name got inserted. Okay, now just try to go and verify your binary logs. Just say show binary logs now. What is the file size now? It has been increased.
451.
Okay, so earlier it was 120, now it has been increased to 450, which means whatever the changes I have done, definitely they got recorded in this file. Okay, so this file size increasing, it shows that something has been recorded in your binary log file, which means whatever the insert I have done, everything definitely it is present in your binary log file.
So for the
Okay,
replication
so
purpose, we need to have this binary log turned on.
enabled, yes. Not
Enabled.
only for replication purpose, this is a very special log file, because tomorrow when you are having any your file
All the
is lost,
table corruption
something
or
is
database
lost, and
corruption.
you want to, yeah, anything happened, you want to restore and recover. These are also
Oh,
your
okay.
recovery files also,
Oh, it's
kind
kind of
of
like a
arcade log
read
files
log and
also.
archive log. Read log and archive log
Yes,
of Oracle.
arcade log. So these files are very, very important. So these should be
Okay.
turned on immediately after the installation. It
Okay.
should be
For
running always. You should not turn off this log file. Okay,
okay.
always this should be running. Then tomorrow, if you want to do your point in time recovery or any kind of thing, you will be using these binary
Okay.
log files only for recovery. So
Okay.
very
Got it.
important files. Okay,
Got it.
so my file size got increased. So for how long the binary, this will only be the binary log file. So what is the maximum size limit?
Yes.
Okay, so the maximum size limit of this binary log file is 1 GB.
1 GB.
Okay, so after that what happens, sorry, it's 10 GB, sorry, very sorry, it's 10 GB. So
10
10
GB.
GB
Okay.
is the maximum limit of your binary log file. So what happens if your 10 GB size is filled? Then MySQL server automatically goes and creates a new binary log file for you. Okay,
Okay.
once your maximum limit has been reached of 10 GB, okay, a new binary log file is automatically generated by name sub 0002. You'll get the new
002.
binary log file. That is
Yes.
one. Okay.
Kind of like a
Second
switching
is,
increment, not the switching, increment.
yeah, it will increment. It will increment a new binary log file. That is first case. Second
Okay.
case, when a new binary log file is created, is when you just restart your server. Like suppose now I just go and shut down your server and restart it. Right now you see that this is my binary log file. Now I'll just
We
go
have
and
0,
restart
1.
my server. Okay, service well stop, I'll say,
Yep.
and then just start your server.
Okay.
Okay, done. Now just connect. Now just say show
Show binary
logs.
log.
You see, new
Oh,
binary log
got
file
it.
has been created here. Number 2, and the default size is 120 MB.
Okay,
New
so
file
every
means 120.
restart will be new by.
Yes, every restart will generate a new binary log file, and when completely the maximum size is reached, then also new binary log file is created. 2 conditions. The third condition
2 cases then.
2 cases. Then there is third case where your new binary log file is created when you give the command as flush logs. When you just say flush logs will
Okay.
actually try to go and make the binary log files get closed and open a new binary log file. Okay, sometimes
Okay.
we have a scenario that maybe my binary log file second has been writing and I immediately want to shut down my server. Okay, I have a requirement such that. So when I immediately want to shut down my server, I don't want to abruptly go and stop my binary log file. I want to have a proper shutdown. You can give flush logs command so that that binary log file will be closed and a new binary log file will be created. Then you can go and shut down your server. That is one thing. Or maybe tomorrow if you're doing point in time recovery, I just want to recover till this binary log file. I'll show you in your next classes. Only till
Okay.
5th binary log file I want to recover. Then you can
Right.
flush logs, you can say flush logs. If I say, you can see there a new binary log file will be created for you.
And
See,
okay,
new binary log
but
file.
that's until the log. How about until the time? If we want to go in
Until
002 in between some time, we can still do that.
point in time recovery. Yeah,
Point,
I'll show you that.
yes.
When we are doing the backup and recovery classes, I'll show you. Like we can actually
Okay,
go and
sorry.
recover till binary log file 2, or we can recover only binary log file 3, like that. We can do that thing. So
Okay.
for that thing, we have a different command where we can just go and restore till
Sure.
this binary log file number. Okay, but this is the third case where your new binary log file is generated. Flush logs. Immediately a new binary log file is generated. No restart,
Got
no filling copy of your file, but also you got a new binary log file. Okay, so these are the
If you want to
cases.
do something special, you can do that.
You can do that, and
Flush
you can
log.
have a new binary log file there. Okay, so
Then
these are the
if you want to like if you want to like roll back something before the flush log, if you're doing something special, then you can do that.
Yes, you can do that. You're right.
Okay.
So that is how the binary log files are created, and continuously, if you're shutting down your server, starting up,
It'll be new
so
log
many
file.
binary log files will be created. Continually, you'll have lots and lots of binary log files are created. So management of your binary log files is also very important. Like your RK log files also, you try to have your RK log deletion policies and all. Same thing, you can actually go and manage, like maybe daily you don't have a shutdown of your server, will not be having on a daily basis, right?
Right,
But
right.
still maybe your binary log files might be filling up on a daily basis. You might get around 5 or 6 binary logs or 10 binary logs on your daily basis. So you just need to keep on monitoring these binary logs, and you can go and delete your older binary logs based on your date and time, because the location, your binary logs are where they are created, where in this barely MySQL directory only you are having these binary logs.
But you delete
so
those
today is what,
manually?
June 3rd.
Yeah.
Yes, manually you can go and delete it manually, but you have to wait them. You have to wait. Actually, if you have sufficient space, that is good enough. Two options are available. Okay, if you have
Right.
sufficient space, then keep your files as it is. Don't try to delete them. Okay, but if you
Right.
are
Keep
having
it for long.
space issues, if you are having any space issues and you cannot keep these are because these are your log files only. Okay,
Correct.
if you have any space issues, you can't keep it over here. Just try to move them. Just try to copy them to some other disk, some other
Sure.
location. That is one option. Or else if you feel that no, these log files are not at all required, like this is on June 3rd, like after 1 month, if I'm in July, and if you feel that okay, 1 month log files are not required for me, I have already restored everything, I will not be any kind of recovery and everything is not required there, you can just go and delete them. You can just go and remove them manually also.
Okay.
Okay, but if you want to keep a track of all your log files, I don't want from the startup of your MySQL server, from the time when your MySQL server was set up till now, I want
Okay.
to keep a track of all your log files. Then daily basis, you can try to move these log files to some other disk,
Sure.
some other storage you can move, and you can have completely every log file might be available there. Whenever you have a requirement, you can just take them and restore them, recover them. You can do that. So this is all your maintenance, like how you are going to maintain more number of binary log files there. Okay.
It depends on the policy of
So I
company's policy.
yes, I will be going and shutting down this, disabling this parameter right now, because in your class also I just try to shut down and start up some 1 or 2 times,
Sure.
and daily I'm shutting down the server and starting up. I'll get so many binary log files. So
Correct.
later on when I'm doing replication, I'll try to enable the parameter again. Okay, when
Sure.
I'm doing the replication, I'll at the time again I'll enable it. But right now I'll just stop and disable
Turn
this
it off.
parameter. So service MySQL stop. Yes.
Okay. So when we do
USR.
the point in time recovery, we'll need to enable.
Yes. At the time again, I'll just try to go and enable the binary log there. So
Sure.
right now, I just wanted to show you there that what kind of parameter we are having.
Sure. Right. How to deal with that.
Yes. So just comment this parameter. That's all. Your parameter will be disabled. Just comment the parameter. Save
Got
your
it.
file. Now start your MySQL server. Connect. MySQL 123.
Yep.
Show variables like percentile log. You can see your log bin. It is disabled and your base name, index name, everything is lost.
Lost.
Everything is removed. Okay.
Yep. Removed.
And if
Yep.
I see the binary log file number that was going on when I just disabled a shutdown.
Lost
Okay,
everything.
so what error you're getting here? You're not using binary logging here. So show binary
Yeah.
logs, this command also will not work. Okay, because I'm not using any binary logging is not enabled, so it is not able to read those things also, information.
Those
Also.
features are disabled right now.
Okay, so you got the error. Fine. So this was your binary log. So it was there. Your binary logs parameter was what? Log underscore bin location. You don't need to remember these parameters also. Just anytime you want to say search anything about your logs, just say show variables like percentile log.
Yeah.
Whatever the log files are there, everything you can see over here. Okay,
Right.
so later on in your replication, we'll see these relay log files, sync relay log files. So these are all your related to your replication log files there. Okay,
Right.
so anything related to your log files, okay, everything will be displayed. Now last
Once I know
type of your
once I know purpose of which log, then I
which log,
get a
you can
better
go and
idea.
check those information there.
Right.
Then you have type of log file is a slow query log. Okay.
Yes.
This
This
is
is
a
very
special
important.
type of log file. This is your last log file and a very special type of log file which records your slow queries.
This is the last log?
Yeah, this is your last log file. Okay, only
Also, we
four
have
types
only
of log
four log,
files. Four
four
log
type of
files.
log.
Error log
Okay.
file for startup and shutdown issues of your server. General query
General
log files recording all your
select.
queries related information, general
Yeah.
information. Binary
Okay.
log file, all the changes, whatever
Yeah.
the changes and all you're doing. Slow query, recording the slow
For
queries.
performance.
Like suppose your client has complained you that my queries are getting slow.
I
What
have
do you
two
do in
query.
Oracle?
We need, yes, I have two query. I need you to look at uh,
Okay,
for my
so
work.
if
Later we'll look at
yeah,
it.
suppose if you are working in Oracle, what
Yeah.
would you do there? If your client has complained that you are having slow queries there, what would you do in Oracle? You would just go and check it in your AWR report.
Right.
Okay, the
Create
query
AWR
time, the
report.
CPU time, yeah,
Yes.
create an AWR report, check the CPU time, query execution time, elapsed time, DB time. So lot of timing you have to check and you have to calculate, add up, subtract, like whatever the things you do, it is not clearly visible that this is the problem and this is the query that is going slow. In Oracle,
Yeah.
it will not give you straightforward there, right?
No.
Lot of parameters you have to check, lot of reports you have to generate. Again, one AWR report will not give you a proper thing there. You have to
Solution. Right.
monitor those queries about 2 or 3 days and continuously go on generating the reports and try to compare the reports and then come to a conclusion that okay, this is the problematic query and this is actually giving the issue there. Okay,
Right.
maybe the query why it was getting slow, maybe you are not having indexes on those queries. Even though indexes were there, those indexes were not efficient indexes there, they were not utilized properly.
The
Okay,
statistic not
so these
up to
are
date.
the some kind of issues might be there, and because of that your queries were getting slow access to your data was happening there. But it is not like that in MySQL here. MySQL, good thing here in MySQL is if your query is getting slow, okay,
Mm-hmm.
then automatically that query gets recorded in these log files, slow query log file.
So,
Okay,
so the
so
default, how much time
time,
defaults
yeah,
before it?
I'll tell you that.
Okay.
So yeah, that was the next point, that how do you how your server will come to know that this is your slow query. So there
Right.
should be a time limit there, that based on that time it can say that if it is reaching above this time, then it is regarded as slow. So we are having a long query wait time. Okay, so long query wait time, I'll show you that parameter. So that parameter by default it is 10 seconds. Okay,
Okay.
by default is 10 seconds. If a query is taking more than 10 seconds, then it is regarded as your slow query. But
Then you will
that
record
is
it.
a default value.
Okay.
So that is a default value. But if you feel that 10 second is also a very huge time in MySQL actually, because in MySQL your query execution happens in microseconds only, it happens.
Oh
10
wow.
seconds is actually very huge time. Like MySQL
Right.
query execution is very fast when compared to Oracle. Also your query execution is very fast in MySQL, because MySQL doesn't have background processes. First thing, MySQL
Correct.
doesn't have a lot of components here like your, so your query execution is very fast in MySQL. So 10 second is also a very big time here. Okay, so you can actually go and reduce your time depending on your environment, and you can give your own time also. You can give 1 second also, 1 second, uh, 2 seconds or 5 seconds depending upon your environment. So if a query is taking more than that time, then that information is recorded there. Okay,
What do you
so
mean
when
my environment?
in my environment, because many of the environments they'll try to change the long query bit, this time limit there,
Okay.
because they feel some environments they try to stick to the default value. Okay, let it be 10 seconds it take, let it be. But some environments actually, like, even if the query is going slow for more than 2 seconds also, for you that will create huge performance impact on your server.
Right.
Okay, you cannot have your queries running for more than 2 seconds also. Okay, very critical environment, your performance of your queries has to be above 95%. Okay, and you cannot have your queries going slow.
Okay.
Okay, very critical environment, faster access to your data should be there. Then that environment you can actually set this time to lesser time there. You can reduce the time. But some
Okay.
environments, okay, generally even if your users are getting a slow data, slow queries are coming also, no problem. At least they are getting the data, right? Let
Right.
it be. For us, the performance, like the fastness of your query or the performance of your queries is not that important there. Okay, so let it be. Your users are getting slow data, but at least they are getting the data. So let it be. It's not a very critical environment there. So in that scenarios, you can just stick to the default value.
Got it.
Okay, it's your choice. It is given there. Now you can see your slow query log. It is by default turned off again. The
Yep.
slow query log is turned off. You again need to go and enable the slow query log file. And when you enable it, log file will be given by name as MySQL-slow.log.
Okay.
Okay, so you can just go and enable it. So let me just enable it. You have to do it
Set
globally.
slow
You have set
query
to
underscore log. That global variable, right?
query log equal
Ah,
to on. Okay, so this is a dynamic parameter. It got set here. Now just see this parameter. Okay, slow query log, it is by default enabled, but how this information is recorded here? So let me just see the time here. Show variables like percentile
slow.
and just take time. I
Oh,
don't know
okay.
exactly the
Checking for
parameter
time.
there. Long query time. Okay, this is your
10
time.
seconds.
Long query time. So this is the time that it takes completely
So,
take. That default is 10 seconds. Yeah.
okay.
Okay, so you can change this time limit. You can again set it globally. Long query time, you just reduce it to 1 second or something, and then try to do the queries. And if it is taking again 1 second also, if you do here in this environment, you might have to again, I cannot go and open your